What's up everybody, Joey here of Just for today here with part 13 of Super Mario Galaxy. We are back at Sea Slide Galaxy for I believe the final time, so we should actually begin the Silver Stars this time. It's about time. Been going to this galaxy past a couple of parts and we're finally wrapping it up. I believe so, yeah. This is actually one of the longer levels. This takes up a good portion of the part today, actually. The reason why it's one of the longer parts of the series, actually. But yeah, we're here. We've had Silver Star missions before. This is one of the more memorable ones. It's the really big one that everyone remembers as like the big standout one. I do a lot of editing in this part, and even then, this level still takes nearly like 7 minutes. Just with how much I do show of it still. So I do show you all the locations. I kind of try to show you all a little bit of where some stuff is, along with some hidden stuff. Like right here, I'm going to show you how to get this one up real quick, I think. I don't remember, but yeah, I do. Yeah, I'll show you how to get the one up. And, you know, I do some smaller stuff around there and about, but, I don't want to show y'all me just running around and all that. Like this, originally this part would have been, just this. It would have just been this one big part, you know. If it was a live commentary, it's different, but I try to do, with post stuff, I try to cut some stuff out, especially more recently. It's like, you know, if I'm just kind of going around not doing much, I try to go back. Like even now watching this, the main reason I showed this off because I wanted to show y'all, you know, how the bee can't pick up shells, actually. That's kind of a cool thing that I didn't know about before. I thought it would be cool to show off. And also here, you can throw a shell at it, and you get some star bits. You know, this is a fun little bonus. Try to show y'all a little bit more than what is required for you to beat the game, but you know, I don't want to just show y'all me walking around. So like right here, there's another cut around there, and you know, we're back at that beginning island. I try to make sure it's all like around landmarks in the level, so you know, if you are using this to try to figure out how to get to certain places in the game, you can use this as a walkthrough. I wouldn't say it's the best walkthrough. I would still recommend if you actually look up a proper walkthrough. This more just me wanting to do talk about Mario Galaxy for 20 parts with extra fluff thrown in for fun, but I don't know. Some people, you know, they want to hear someone talk over it. That's not me personally, but floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. But yeah. The Sea Slide Galaxy, at this point I have talked a whole lot about this. There was a lot of stuff we've talked about here with it being the racetrack. We actually, I think it was part or two ago, we were actually just talking about that. And yeah, this is actually the only level in this entire galaxy that isn't like you're racing around. You're still going to run the track, but you're not racing. Now, one thing I would have loved from doing this level is have those like it all connected more. Like yeah, you had this big loop, but you get like one side of the loop to the other. You had to go on this big long trail. It's just crazy. There's some other stuff here that kind of made it so there's certain parts of this playthrough that were a bit longer than if I would just went straight for the goal. Because you don't need to do this. But I did just, oh, there's a 1-up, you know. I don't know why, I just like doing those extra little things. Probably, I don't know, especially after this playthrough, because there was a lot of bonus stuff like that I did, that I saw it took up a lot of time. It's just kind of stale moments of the playthrough. I have thought about in the future, it's on this, when I actually record the game, so I do less editing, I actually kind of, okay, let's not do like every little side thing. Let's have something to talk about, because that is where we've had problems before where I'll be like, oh, something words, yeah. So, also, we saw one of the Silver Stars just now. I don't know why, but I just completely ignore it. I just keep going. I don't know why I didn't go for it. Maybe I looked away from the screen for a little bit, but yeah, and that's why I gave him no transition. I also used a bunch of different transitions for this one because I felt like it. I mean, when I edited this, I was like, eh. Normally I use like a crossfade or whatever. But I was like, I'm just going to use like it's like the messy fades what I just use or whatever. I just use a bunch of different transitions just for fun. Okay. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out, but for some reason the pull stars in this section would just screw me up so badly. I don't think, I think I do show my whole struggle here. I may not, I don't remember, but I sit here and I struggle so hard. This is really the only problem with the pull stars. That's why I kept this in. Again, talk about like ending stuff in and out. I keep stuff like this because there's like a good example of like, you know, this is some of the crap, you know, some of the stuff you do with the game. You know, it's good to show off that type of stuff because you don't want to just not, you know, don't want to just make the game look perfect because it's not. No, I don't think there's any game that is perfect, in my opinion at least. But I don't know. I think eventually, yeah, I had to like fly over there, and then I still miss it. I don't remember how I get it. I think I just, yeah, this right here. This again, I just kind of get in there. But yeah, I don't know. But I really don't know what I was thinking while I was doing this. Just watching back out of the footage, I did a lot of dumb stuff. I don't know. Anyhow, I guess this enemy, those the spider enemies up there. I don't know if I bought them up before, but those are in Galaxy 1 and 2 and they never come back. There's a lot of enemies that are only in Galaxy and Galaxy 2, and they just don't come back. Just thinking back to it now. And I feel like I brought this up a lot in the past couple parts. Like, what was it, part 11, part 10 or 11, I bought up the Cluckaboons. Then I just bought up like the Octo guys and the Octo Goombas, and now I'm bringing up these spider dudes. And it's just like, you know, I feel like there's a lot of enemies that they brought into here, they just never brought back. A lot of items, like we have not seen the B item since, we haven't seen B Mario, Cloud Mario, Walk Mario. I love Walk Mario personally. I mean, it's because I like going around those tracks. I like how you got like really fast. You had to like, your instincts had to be really good, or you mess up on the Walk Mario stages. But I don't know. I dig this. But I don't know. There's a lot of, I think that's why Mario Galaxy stands out so much still to this day, is because of the pure fact that so much stuff happened. Like, they did so much new innovative stuff with it, and they just kind of left it. And that's why they said for Mario Galaxy, the 3D world, why not do Mario Galaxy theme? I think that'd be cool. Galaxy theme, or honestly, if they ever did any new theme for Mario Maker 2, I think I would dig a I don't know, what would I want? I think it's, I almost said Sonic, like, I think Galxey would be the one they could do the most with. It would be the most original concept out of all of them, I would feel like. But even, again, here you go, the Bugabooms. We don't see these again until never, like, I would like it for them to use them more. And then, like, we go to Odyssey, we don't know, at the time of this recording at least, I don't know what's the next major Mario game after Odyssey. But, like, there's a lot of unique enemies in Odyssey, and it's just kind of like, are they ever going to come back? Like, I do understand some enemies are, like, specific to, like, certain moves. Like, some enemies are catered specifically to, oh, forgot about that. But some enemies are specifically catered to the, like, the spin move and all that. But, like, the Bugaboom's the one that I just died to. Oh yeah, I guess fun fact about the Bugabooms, if you sit on them too long, they will shake you off, and I died. Fun. Oh, good fun. But anyways, it's like the Bugabooms, if we could have bought this back, there's no reason why Nintendo couldn't have bought them back. I can't, I'm trying to think, like I need to bring back the Octo Goombas a few times. Thinking it's off the top of my head, they did bring it back in 3D World, but it's kind of more of like a bonus than anything else, you know? I don't know, it's what you kind of, you know, go back in your catalog, see what you got. You know, I think there's probably some from some of the older 2D Mario games they haven't brought back. I know Mario 2 USA, we have some stuff from there that's like Shy Guys, that's where they came from, and not Spinies, what's their names? Pokies came from that, I believe, as well. And some other Bordeaux did, some other monsters as well, but it's like, you don't see like Meowser? No, that's Bowser, the mouse dude. Mouse boss that no one really cares about, but you know, it's just like what final boss of that game, you know, it's just a bunch of like, I think little smaller things be really cool to see come back. And it's like a cool nostalgia thing, yeah, sure, but like it's also like, I don't know, like it's a cool nostalgic thing, but it's also kind of gives us a thing like, oh yeah, I remember like this character and all that, but it's not like the Goomba. We see Goomba, that's a Mario staple, or what's a Mario enemy that pops up a lot, but it's not like, I don't know, like, they use Super Mario 3 nostalgia a lot, so they'll have a lot of like the stuff, the Mario 3 enemies and all that. That's a good example. Or with like Sonic, they reuse Green Hill Zone a lot, you know. It's like, try some other stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be the same thing. That's why I do kind of like the concept of the Galoombas in Mario Galaxy, the little blue Octowalk looking dudes. I think that's a cool concept. It's like, oh wow, look at that. It's the Goombas, but they're like space Goombas. And this is kind of a cool little different thing. And they're different enough to where like it warrants it, but still like it reminds you of the Goomba. I think they did more stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Well, again, these mold dudes out in the canvas. There's a couple of these. This is the main one we see, but there's a whole bunch of these that we never see. Well, all the bosses. You know, there's just a lot of stuff that I feel like they could reuse, but they never do. I don't know. Oh, also, you do. For this boss, by the way, you're supposed to be using the platforms each time, and then they go back down after every time you hit them. But if you had the beast suit, you could use that to your advantage, obviously, like I did the first 2 times, which made this boss a breeze. And there's all the shadow pieces everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. All my lantern aside, I don't know. I would like for them to bring back some enemies that are like early 2000s, or the 2000 era nostalgic, you know? And I'm not that big of like a nostalgia person. Like, yes, I do get excited when I see stuff get brought back from like stuff that I remember playing. Like when Cosmic Mario came back in 3D World, or Shadow Mario, whatever they called it. That was really cool. And there's other stuff too that just happened. I do get excited, but it's like, I like it when they do like a spin on it. Like, again, the Octogoombas. Anyways, here's also another Cosmic Clone Race. Nothing too special about this again. They do reuse the wooden track that we just had. If you keep one hidden against the Shadow Clone, he will spew out a lot of star bits, which is kind of neat. So yeah. I do like how he does use a lot of speed when tricks the Shadow Mario. I do like that aspect, and barely won. Didn't even actually touch the stars, touched with the little gleam on the edge. But one thing I do, I remember this level a lot. I really didn't do that speed run justice. I could have done a lot better. So I don't know why I didn't go as far as I could have with that. But anyhow, like if you go when you do this, when you play the game as Luigi, because after you beat the game, you get 120 stars, you unlock Luigi mode, which I may or may not showcase. I don't know. Probably, most likely not. But you unlock Luigi, and that's all cool and all. But they make it harder. They made the game harder in general, which I think is really cool. But the Shadow Clone races, you gotta use like backflips and wall jumps. You gotta do all that stuff. Now right here, we are done. Get back to the level. We are done with Honey Hive Galaxy. The thing is, though, we still have the Hidden Star. Now this one has always been a favorite of mine, and it's also a star that took me a long time to find out about. I want to say it's one of the few I had to look up online when I first was doing my first 120 star playthrough, and it was one of my very last ones, like one of in the 110s stars. I remember that. But there is a time limit to this. It's not that strict, so you see me going all crazy here. You don't have to go this bad. I say you could go a little slower than this, and you'll be fine. And of course, I popped my bubble, so I had to go all the way back up to the top. Cause you know, I'm smart. Yeah, but you know, you get. Oh my gosh, you get. Eventually, once you get all the music notes, you get your star. Anyhow, that shall do it for today's episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!